Hey, Mr. Ciancia.
Hi, Miss Thayer.
This is gonna be our fourth vlog, and we're gonna talk about the sites that we looked over today.
Yep. Well, not today, but anyway, that
Yeah.
we've been looking over. So I'll go first. So from my own class, the page that I looked at was Eric Turnquist. So, and his site on teaching Anthony how to swim, which is great, and I read over it and everything. It was very clear that what his project was, and his proposal made that very clear, so that was great. And his site is easy to find the buttons, they're not hidden or anything like that, so that's great. The only thing is that a couple constructive things I would say are that the calendar is not, I can't see the calendar. There's a calendar there, but it doesn't have any of your Eric, it doesn't have any of your...
It's got restrictions.
Yeah, any of the...
Basically to make the
events.
Public.
Yeah, because I guess it's linked to your own email, which we had issues with that to begin with also.
Can we see that?
What? Yeah, we fixed it. And then calendar is spelled wrong. And I was looking at some of your blogs from the past, like some of the early ones, where you weren't quite sure, I think, which direction you were going to go in, which is fine because that's where you were at the time. But I would say that maybe you should go back and just do like a one-sentence addition if you wanted. It's just a suggestion to clear up like what you've done so far because they're really kind of vague because I think you just weren't sure what you were doing. But and the last thing is maybe you should add pictures of Anthony because your site's just a little white and boring. Not like the page is white and blank. So maybe add pictures of Anthony or yourself so that the people that are looking at your site can say, oh, who is this Anthony person? Oh, it's this kid wearing a Scooby-Doo outfit or splashing around in the water. So yeah.
Alright, so
But good job.
the person I did from my class was Maddie Pearson, and her awareness for human trafficking. So her site page was pretty well organized too. It was really easy to find everything that I was looking for. There were some issues with her calendar also. I couldn't see the events, but everything else was there. And for most part, I liked her work. I liked how she picked out people to interview already, how she researched about human trafficking, and also trying to find people in school to interview. Especially her interviews with Kat and Alyssa were really helpful for her because it really showed how much people here knew about human trafficking and human trafficking stereotypes that the media sends out. But I also like to see more about how she plans to raise awareness because it wasn't really clear. I mean, she did talk about it, but I wanted to see what new methods she would use because most people that talk about human trafficking, people would be scared for a bit, but then they wouldn't take it that seriously. So I'd like to see how she would like to change her way of teaching that. But for the most part, I really liked her website too, and I hope to see what she can do with the interviews later on because she has a lot planned, and I'm not sure if she has all the time to do that. She also wants to make a handbook for that, and I know how long it takes to make a handbook, so hopefully everything goes well for her too.
Yeah. And then the other site that I did from Nolan's class was Cat. And it's basically fantastic and gorgeous, but our class spent the entire class period looking up how to say epicatechin in different languages on the little Google Translator thing. So you were a little distracting, Kathleen.
Wow.
No, it's great. And I love the color scheme in the background. It's very professional and there's excellent pictures. And all of your blogs are novels about walruses / seancias. And I love Mr. Seancia's comments on it. The commentary is really funny. But my main comment basically is the same as before the calendar. I can't see any of the events on it, so work on making that public. I think I'm sure that Mr. Ciancia and Miss Thayer can see it, and Mr. Reboff, because you've shared the calendar with them, but because the public wasn't included in the sharing, then I think that's where the issue lies. So I guess make the calendar public. So just try editing your privacy settings. And other than that, I think it's great. Maybe on like the homepage you should add a little link on how to pronounce epicatechin, or a short little, like a really short summary of what that thing is, because just like it'd be really nice to have that right on your homepage, see it right, easy to read. But yeah, it's great. Basically,
Right.
I love it.
So the site that I looked at for Abby's class was Kristen and Aaron Cornelius's, and they're doing stuff about mental health and raising awareness and changing the counseling system here for helping people with mental illnesses such as ADHD and depression. And I really liked how their site was laid out, especially with the pictures. And for the calendar, I think there's the only one that I saw that actually had one that had all the events I could see on it, so that was good. And also, I liked how they split up their project blogs into two parts, one for Aaron and one for Kristen, and how they targeted at different groups. So Kristen was doing stuff with ADD and ADHD, and Aaron was doing stuff with depression. And it was also good that they both had experiences. Well, it wasn't good, but it's helpful to their site, to their project, that they both had experiences with this, and how they have therapists that could also help them with their project. And for their interviews, I looked it over. It was pretty good. They're gonna talk to therapists, people they know that had depression, and people at Prairie just in common that need to be taught, that need to learn stuff about mental illnesses. But also for like a few weeks ago, we had the guy come talk to us about depression also. So I just want to see like how they would teach it differently, because I thought the presentation there was pretty good too, and most of the prior people took it to heart. So I think many people already know a lot more than they knew before about depression. So I like to see what they like to teach us more about it and how they like to teach it. But yeah, best for them, I guess.
Yeah. So good job, guys.
It's
And
a really long video.
that's our blog. Okay, sorry it's so long. By the way. Okay.
All right, see you next time.